Hello and welcome to the Caring Matters podcast. I'm Liz Tassone, and I'm the volunteer host of the Caring Matters podcast, which is part of the Caregiver Assistance Network, which is a program of Catholic Charities of Southwest Ohio. And I wanted to talk to you about a retreat that's coming up, a one-day retreat for family caregivers. It is going to be held on Saturday, October 18th, 2014, and it's going to be held at the Jesuit Spiritual Center in Milford, Ohio. So that's just on the east side of Cincinnati, so it's part of this Cincinnati area. It's on these beautiful grounds that's part of the Jesuit Spiritual Center. We're in the Schott Pavilion there, but we also have access to the beautiful grounds that day to walk. They have a labyrinth, they have just a place to stroll, they have a small chapel. So in addition to that, you'll also have access to these gorgeous grounds, and in October we all know how beautiful the Cincinnati area is with the changing trees and the beautiful orange and yellows of fall. So that's the first thing. So right away we've got a beautiful retreat setting, and as the committee decided what to do for caregivers, they decided that we want caregivers who spend the day with us that day to come away with three things. The name of the retreat is Caregiving with Spirit, Reflect, Refresh, Renew for family caregivers. So the first part, reflect. We are hoping through the use of some materials that caregivers will have some time to reflect about their own inner strengths that they have, in addition to some of the outer resources that they use, the agencies, the people in their lives that they use to support themselves in the family caregiving role. So it's you're going to have some time on your own to even reflect about this. So that's the reflect part. The refresh part, I like to think of this in terms of refreshment for the soul and for the body. Refreshment for the body, we've got a continental breakfast from 8:30 to 9. That is part of the fee, the registration fee, and a delicious lunch at lunchtime. But in addition, our planning committee is making sure that none of your needs are not met in terms of they've got snacks and drinks available throughout the day. For people, for caregivers who are usually doing this for others, the committee will be doing for you. And in addition, refreshment for the soul. So part of the retreat day will be the use of prayer and different, I would say, a sampling of meditation or mindfulness techniques that will help you decide if there's something you could incorporate into your day that might help you in an ongoing way as you do the important work of caregiving. So the refreshment will be for both body and soul that day. The renewal part of this day, and I like to really think about the word new in that, is a new way of some new tools to use in your caregiving, a new way to maybe look at the way your role as caregiver, just a new, fresh approach, I guess. So that's the new part. We really want to provide story and ideas, and you'll be with other caregivers you'll see that you're not alone in this important work. And that's another just feature that you'll see in this day, is that there are others who are also kind of doing this work in the trenches. And there'll probably be just some informal sharing just because you're around other people that are doing this work that day. We're going to end our day, and it will be over by 4 o'clock, so we're not, just from 8:30 is the registration continental breakfast, begin the retreat at 9, and then we'll be ending at 4. But we're ending the day at 3:30 with a blessing of the hands. And there's a woman in the Cincinnati area by the name of Patty Normile. She is the author. She's written many things, but she's also written prayers for caregivers. She's going to do that service for us, and she's also going to have some of these books available on hand for you if you'd like. But she's a delightful person, and she is also a caregiver, and she has written the book, and she'll be available to us as well. So I think it's a delightful day. And the cool thing about this day is it's available for just $25, and that includes all your food and drink. So it's a great price. Catholic Charities has kept it low in a way to encourage more people to attend, and I think that's wonderful. It's also done on a Saturday because we know that we have many working caregivers, and we have many people that support caregivers who are working. So we're hoping that a Saturday might make it more available to some people who, if they're always with their loved one, maybe one of their friends, relatives can fill in for them on a Saturday so that they can come to this retreat. So I think it's well thought out to really try to encourage more caregivers to be with us that day. You may wonder how to register for this event, and that's through Margaret at the Care Line, who's also the program director of the Caregiver Assistance Network. And her number is area code 513-929-4483. That's also 513-929-GIVE. If you want to type in GIVE on the keypad, you'll see that dials up her number as well. It's also online. If you want to look it up, you could go to Catholic Charities website in Southwest Ohio, and you could find the page for that as well by searching for that. So we really want you to be there. We know that you are always taking care of others, and this day is about taking care of yourself. So I invite you to come. We really want you to be there. And we know that what you do really matters, and we want to thank you for that. And that's part of this day too, is hope you have a sense of appreciation, that we appreciate what you do every day. So I'm Liz Tassone. Thank you for listening, and Caring Matters.